Hello, party people. And if you're paying attention to the timestamp, I'm hoping that I'm getting this out on time. With that being said, new year, better me, because it's the end of the year, which is a time for reflection, right? And as we stand on the edge of a brand new year, it's a perfect moment to pause, look back, and check in on ourselves. Where are we now? Where do we want to go? And how can we bridge that gap? But before we jump into intention setting and making plans, let's take a moment to reflect, not just on what we want to improve, but on the wins, lessons, and challenges that have shaped our past year. Reflection isn't just about the past, it's a tool to align ourselves with the future we want to create. So, why does reflection matter? It let's start this. It's hard to move forward if you don't know where you are. Reflection gives us clarity. It helps us identify what's working and what's not working, and what we need to change to stay aligned with our goals and values. Think of it like driving the car. If you don't check the map or your gas tank, you might end up lost or stuck. Reflection is a check in. It helps us celebrate our golden star moment, the wins we accomplish, big or small, because we all have them. And it's easy to focus on what we didn't do. But what about what we did? At the same time, reflection allows us to acknowledge our challenges, lessons, and these aren't failures, these are opportunities to grow. Every challenge has a lesson embedded in it, and when we take the time to unpack those lessons, we become stronger and more equipped for what's ahead. So let's break it down here. So wins, I'd like you to take a moment to just, check in on what you achieved. Did you build any new habits? Or hey, did you just make it through? Did you make it through tough situations? Celebrate those moments because those do matter. How about the lessons? What did you learn? Were these lessons building blocks for the person you're becoming today? And then challenges. What tested you? Instead of seeing the challenges as setbacks, reframe them as stepping stones. What did they teach you about yourself? Take time to reflect on these three areas, and it helps us get a clear view on where we are, which is the first step to aligning where we want to go. Alright, so the power of consistency and clarity. Now that we've reflected, let's talk about consistency and clarity. These are the two game changers when it comes to creating the life you want. Clarity is knowing what you want and why you want it, and it's about setting clear intentions, not just for the year ahead, but for who you want to be. Intentions are different from resolutions. Resolutions focus on specific outcome. For an example, I'm going to lose 10 pounds or I'm going to save $1,000. But intentions are about being. For an example, I intend to be more mindful or I intend to prioritize my health. Consistency is what turns those intentions into reality. It's not about being perfect every day, it's about showing up like I am now. I was hesitant and just, procrastinating and putting this off, but showing up, getting the content out. If I could be anything, if even just an example, I've done what I wanted to do. I've done what I intended to do. It's about showing up even when it's hard, even when it's messy. Progress over perfection. That is my motto. Okay, so let's look at intention setting. Well, I guess let's talk about intention setting versus resolution. So let's delve a little deeper into the idea of intentions versus resolutions. Like I said before, resolutions tend to focus on the end goal. They're like saying, this is what I want to achieve. And while there's nothing wrong with that, it can often feel very rigid or overwhelming. Intentions, on the other hand, focus on the journey. They're about the energy you want to bring into your life. For example, instead of saying, I'm going to work 5 days a week, you can say, I intend to honor my body by moving it in a way that feels good. Hear the difference? Intentions are more flexible and forgiving, and they allow growth along the way. And as I've said in previous videos, life is a journey. All right, so let's crank it back to this whole New Year's thing. New Year is like a blank canvas, and it's a time for you to build your foundation of the year ahead. But remember, foundations aren't built overnight, they're laid brick by brick, habit by habit, intention by intention. This is also a time to trust yourself. As you enter this new chapter, remind yourself that you have everything you need to create the life you want, the tools, the lessons, the strength. It's all within you. The new year isn't about becoming a new you, it's about becoming the best version of who you already are. Let's just sit there, breathe that in, accept it. All right. So, here's some practical tips for how to reflect and intention set. Because, I like to bring everything into the real world and not just talk about it. So, you can create a reflection ritual. You can set aside some time to journal about your wins, like talked about before, about your wins, your lessons, and your challenges. You can even light a candle, play some calming music, make it a whole thing. You can also choose a word or a theme, and instead of listing a list of resolution, pick a word or a theme for the year. Maybe it's growth, maybe it's balance, and let that word guide your decisions and actions throughout the year. Another practical step could be start small. Big changes happen through small, consistent actions. Pick 1 or 2 habits to focus on at a time. Fourth thing you can try is to visualize your year. You can close your eyes and imagine yourself at the end of the next year. How do you want to feel? What does your life look like? Use that vision to guide your intentions. And fifth, you can be kind to yourself, Remember, this is a journey. Some days will be better than others, and that's okay. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. So, in conclusion, here, as we step into this new year, take some time to reflect, set your intention, and trust yourself. This is your chapter to write, your canvas to paint. You got it. Thank you much for joining me on this journey. Thank you for listening, and have a beautiful day, beautiful people.